Welcome to this video. My name is Michelle. You can call me Mimi if you'd like. If you are reading this video, you are an energetic match to the message. It don't matter what zodiac sign you are. It don't matter anything. You are reaching this video for whatever reason. And I'm just going to trust that the people that need this message are going to receive it. And if you are new to me, I would love to have you a part of my subscribers. If you can hit that subscribe button after this video, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to like and comment. Anyways, let's get started. What is the message? We're gonna just do general reading. I think I'm going to do a general reading for this. Okay. Excuse me. I feel like you're going through a lot. A lot of releasing. And I know I'm just shuffling, and that's okay too. And I could just allow myself to do things as they flow. And you got the Star card to start this reading off. And when I see the Star card, the minute I see the Star card, I realize that we are looking at the path that we're taking and seeing it as a dream that's fulfilled or wishing upon that star. The song that comes to mind is "If you wish upon a star, your dreams will come true." I know that whoever's reaching this is in a place where you're kind of pouring out what it is that you want. You're pouring it out into the ether and hoping that it comes out the other end. What is their challenge or potential? Challenge or potential. Ooh. Challenge or potential. You got the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. I feel like there's a lot of things that may be paining you a little bit. I don't feel like, I don't want to describe them as blockages because I don't feel like they're blockages per se. I feel like they're more like obstacles or wounds in need of healing. So I feel like the challenge is getting out of the way of being a victim to circumstance. It's kind of giving me that be careful what you wish for kind of vibe. And I feel like also like the challenge is with the Ten of Swords and being pained and wounded. I feel like it may be talking to the point of you wondering if you even deserve it. Ooh. I'm going to put these back in there. And if we see these cards again, or if I see these cards again, I will bring them back up. Okay? What does this person need to focus on, or what does this group of people that will reach this video, what do they need to focus on? What do they need to focus on? That one. Focus on what lights you up. Focus on what lights you up. You got the Sun card. That's kind of cool. Because the Sun represents happiness on multiple levels. And I feel like focusing on what lights you up and makes you happy, it balances out the... Sorry. My eye itches. It balances out the downsides. You know, I feel like instead of being pessimistic, kind of look toward being optimistic a little bit, but not toxically so. It's not like I'm telling you, think a better thought, and then you're like, your whole life is falling apart. You know what I mean? If your whole life is falling apart, you're very valid in your circumstance, right? You're very valid in how you feel about your circumstance. And so it's interesting because I said, even if your life is falling apart, and the past position is the Tower card. And the Tower card represents things that are in a, like the foundation is not aligned, or it is like the foundation's not aligned, which is interesting, because if you think the foundation's not aligned, it's not stable. And so I think things in your life may have come to a chaotic fall, and it may be out of your control. So like you're wishing for the better, and sometimes what's kind of funny is I notice in readings sometimes that the star usually is in the like past position, and then the tower card would be in the beginning. So I think it's kind of funny that the tower's in the past and then the star card's in the present. So it's kind of interesting, because now you're it's almost like you're trying to get out of this like victim self-blame kind of cycle, because you can only build a tower, right? You can only build a tower with the knowledge that you have at the time, right? So you may have built this tower and thought that, okay, so I have like all the, like whatever I don't know how you build a foundation, right? Necessarily for a house or a tower. But say, for example, you like placed out the bricks and then you left out like a bunch of them on the north end of the building. And so that's unstable. Like if something hit that, it would just like fall apart. And so like you didn't know, you just thought it looked cool, or you thought that it was structurally sound. And so, and that's I don't know why I'm getting into that whole rigmarole about that, but I think it's valid to say that like you're getting out of that victimhood and blaming yourself for your circumstances. And I'm very proud of whoever I'm talking to, and you need to know that your strength is your passion. Your strength is your passion. You got the Knight of Wands representing your strength, and I feel like the Knight of Wands, because when I think of fire elements, because Wands is a fire elements are usually like passionate and fiery, like action oriented. And I feel like your bounce back, your resilience, you're very resilient, and that's your biggest strength. And I think if it weren't for the past circumstances, because he's not necessarily facing the past, like he's not going like this and facing the past, but at the same time, his horse is. So the past circumstances that you have left in your life in the past are the things that have built your resilience over time. So here's the thing. If it wasn't for that tower or your life falling apart in certain situations, you wouldn't have that you wouldn't have that level of bounce back. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be like Spirit is showing me, you wouldn't be like Tigger, right? You know how he bounces, and that's all he does? Like, I feel like he's a fire element. And whoever I'm talking to must resonate with possibly Winnie the Pooh. So it's kind of interesting that I'm even bringing up Winnie the Pooh in general, but it's kind of interesting. to say the least. All right, let's see where you're headed. I hope this resonates with someone so hard that they know that I'm talking to them directly. Like, I feel like someone's going to come across this video and they're going to know. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me. So let's see where the near future holds. What's the near future for this person? This one. Near future for this person is judgment. Interestingly enough, I like the fact that she's kind of like using that seashell as a horn, like whoo. And when I see the judgment card, so it's interesting because I feel like you have major things. Like, you have 3 major arcana, well, 4 major arcana in all so far. And these are major things. These are major things. Well, if it's minor arcana like the Ten of Swords or the Knight of Wands, those are like, I don't know how to explain it. People explain it differently, but I look at these major things as major shifts, major changes, while the other ones can happen from day to day. They can change, they're intermingled. I mean, anything can change. But anyways, heading your way is it feels like it's a test to see if you're willing to forgive yourself. Because whatever you're trying to bring into your future, there is going to be something that comes up that needs to be alchemized, and it needs to be like released completely. And I feel like the biggest thing about this judgment card coming up into your near future is remember your challenge. Your challenge is the poor me attitude. That I'm a victim of my circumstances. So the judgment may be entailing that you're going to get an opportunity to say to yourself that you forgive yourself. And that you're really going to work toward what you're wanting and stop making excuses for yourself without judging yourself. Like, don't judge yourself because you made excuses in the past. Move forward. And it's kind of cool that the judgment card, even though she has her eyes shut, she is looking toward the future. So it's really interesting. And she's blowing that shell like it's a horn, and that's harmonizing things for the future. That's in itself a way of transmuting or alchemizing whatever judgment comes up. What is the suggested approach to that near future situation? Suggested approach to the near future situation, justice. Ha! Justice, out of all things. It's kind of cool that she's just kind of looking at the forefront like this. And that's the thing, is when I look at characters on cards, I don't often pay attention to where they're facing. But when I do, I notice when they are looking forward, it's almost like they're looking at a mirror image of themselves and being like, okay, where do I need to balance things out? Where do I need to see? Like, justice is about balance. It's about really seeing things on both sides. How was your past, right? The Tower moment. How did your life falling apart bring you to your present moment? How did it bring you to the strong, beautiful individual you are, or handsome individual, depending on male, female, or non-binary? However this applies to you, take it how it applies, right? Just know that things are balanced. There's no just good. There's not just bad. There's the bad is good and the good is bad sometimes. And so that's why you have to kind of like balance that and see things for what they truly are. And the suggested approach is be balanced in what you're seeing within yourself and be kinder to yourself. That's the biggest thing that I'm picking up on. All right. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Ooh. All right. What do you need to know is you're about to face a breakthrough. You got the Ace of Swords. And I keep hearing, for those of you who are in here, I keep hearing someone, and I feel like it's a male figure in your life. Whoever this applies to, this person's gonna like be like, okay, this person's really talking to me. The person is male. I hear a male say, literally, don't give up. You're almost there. Don't give up. You're almost there. Don't give up. You're almost there. And I feel like there's a lot of things in your life that you are facing, and I feel like all these major arcana cards are just showing me that you're going through major shifts. Again, I don't say that with like softness. I say that like you're going through major shifts. I feel like whoever I'm talking to has gone through the ringer, has been told countless times why they can't do things, and having to break through those barriers of being put down and being told this, that, and the third about what they can and can't do. You guys are the major dreamers of the realm, and I feel like you need to know how powerful you are, because this man figure that I'm picking up on is definitely bringing up, you are stronger than you know, keep going. And you need to know that if this applies to you at all, that you are doing the work that needed to be done a long time ago. So when I say a long time ago, I'm talking about you're doing ancestral work that has been a long time coming. I feel like most of the things that you have been doing in this lifetime is to like repair not only yourself, but repair the backtrack of BS that has gone on in your life. Like that you've seen your other relatives, your ancestors, just kind of sweep under the rug and be like, we don't want to talk about that. And I feel like you need to know that this male figure, whoever he might be to you, he is very proud of you for taking the steps and taking the initiative to change the paradigm. You are changing the paradigm, and you need to know that. And you need to know how proud your ancestors in general are of you. And I'm getting goosebumps up my arm, so I know whoever I am talking to is going to receive this. Oh, wow. All right, let me go ahead and see what your hopes are. Hopes and fears of the person who is on the other end of this video. That one. The Death card. The Death card. Hopes and fears. Well, the Death card is not always about, like, death. It's about rebirth. It's about changes. It's about transformation. And I feel like a lot of that entails more change. And I feel like you have the hope and fear for it. You hope that things change for the better, but you're also afraid of change because change brings grief, great grief, because with change, you let go of people that don't match the energy of what you're aligning with, and that is hurtful, especially if it's someone you hold close and hold dearly. And so I feel like with these changes that you're facing, you're definitely going through a big, massive shift. You're about to break out of the cocoon. But I feel like you're so afraid of what you're going to have to let go. You're not sacrificing things. Stop sacrificing things that stop sacrificing yourself and your happiness for others. And I feel like that's a big part of it, is like that Ten of Swords energy. Going back to what challenges you is that victim standpoint and feeling like you have to be a people pleaser and sacrificing all that makes you happy. Because that Ten of Swords, it takes a long time to get to the Ten of Swords, right? You got the Ace of Swords and then some. But when you get to the Ten of Swords, this is like a big completion cycle that is challenging you to let go, to let it die, to let it rest, and let yourself transform. Let yourself transform. Let yourself be healed. Let yourself be truly loved unconditionally by you. Give yourself all this love. You have been through the ringer. I don't need to tell you that. You already know. But feel like sometimes you need that reminder. What is the outcome of this situation, or what's the outcome for this person? Outcome for this person, 9 of Wands. The need to step up. This is the need to step up for yourself and hold boundaries for others and yourself, and understanding that it's okay to have these. Can I get some clarifiers as well, please and thank you? Eight of Swords. You're gonna feel people pained by your. It feels like you're gonna find out who is really pained by your boundaries. Because when you build boundaries that you didn't have before, people start to feel hurt, start to feel victimized. And so, like, the Eight of Swords energy, I like how it's like she's standing in the water and she's blindfolded, but I feel like you're gonna be feeling pulled every which way because you're choosing yourself and choosing not to people please. It feels like you're choosing not to people please, and there's gonna be tests that tug at you. But when they tug at you and when you're shown, you got the Queen of Swords representing, you know what to do. You know what to do if that's the case. You know what to do. We create boundaries to tell people, I don't want you to talk to me like that. And if you continue to talk to me like that and you continue to treat me like that, I'm just going to leave. And so that's when you have to remember, you telling them that you keep acting like that and treating me like that, I'm going to leave. Take that action. Leave. Leave. And don't be afraid to. Know that it's worth all the struggle. It's worth all the struggle, and the reason why it's worth all the struggle is because you'll come out the other side. You are resilient. You are loved. You can do this, and you can find peace again. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to needs to know that you are worthy of that peace. So with that being said, if this is reaching you and you have watched through the full thing, congratulations. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you. I hope that you got some clarity around this. And I hope that you like and subscribe and comment down below. I'd really appreciate that. Much love to you. Take care of yourself. And know that you are worthy.